This is the Madden NFL Madden 2021 draft for the league Stoners Anonymous. And first off, this is Cody Red Dew speaking, and yet we want to interview a couple of guys. One of them I am going to interview. His name is Sporty Morty. We got to bring him into the league. So yet he picked the Jets. So first of all, Sporty, I want to say welcome to the league. And I just got one question. Why did out of all teams did you pick the Jets for?
Well, I'm a Jets fan.
Okay.
That's number one reason. Number two is that I didn't think the team was going to be this bad
Okay.
going in. I'm going to be completely honest. After missing free agency, I went and saw the team because you only see the top three players. I was like, okay, I can deal with these top three. And then realized that I have an offensive line consisting of all 70s and 60s. So there's gonna be some work put in, but I think I'll get there. I
Yeah.
got Allen Robinson. I got Earl Thomas. I have some pieces that I can work around and with, but that's my thinking behind it. I'm a Jets fan. I can't play as anyone else.
Alrighty, but I'm gonna head and ask you a real quick question. You got Sam Donald as the quarterback. We're about to get ready to go in the draft here pretty soon, but yet will you be able to draft another quarterback just in case Sam Donald or even James Morgan may not be able to work for you?
Well, I'm sitting here looking at my quarterbacks list. I'm looking at the rest of my team, and I realize I need pieces. So, for anyone watching, the number four pick is up and available right now for trade.
Ooh.
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold may or may not be the answer. We're gonna have to see how it goes. The number four pick is available though.
Alright, so let me ask you a question though. Would you be willing to give up that fourth pick for any of the quarterbacks out there? Look at Matthew Stafford or look at Carson Wentz. Look at so
Kyler,
many
Kyler
different
Murray,
quarterbacks out there. Or
Kyler
Kyle
Murray, Kyler Murray.
or as Teague always say, Kyler Murray. Would you be willing to give up uh your fourth round just for those types of quarterbacks?
Um, it would depend on what else is coming along with that because that fourth overall pick is worth a lot. There are multiple players at the top of this board. There are rumors going around who the top two picks are going to be already. So that leaves those two quarterbacks of Wilson and Fields there at 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It leaves the offensive tackle out of Oregon there on the board, and there are players that wide receivers that I need. So it costs more than just Kyler Murray or Matthew Stafford.
Wow. Okay.
So it's
Okay.
that pick is worth a lot.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing how this draft plays out for you. Like I said, on behalf of myself, T. Galt, and Shabazz, we definitely do want to welcome you to the league and thank you for joining us. We hope that you have an amazing first season, and we can't wait to see how you do out there on the football field. We'll definitely get a chance to talk to you pretty much by mid or maybe by the end of the draft, just to give your thoughts on your picks tonight. But yet, we'll wish you the best of luck out there, Sporty Morty. Thank you for joining us up in
Yeah.
the booth tonight,
Of
man.
course, I'd
Thank you.
love to keep you guys all updated with how my draft is going. So,
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on you on your draft for sure. And you know, the draft is less than an hour away, so we'll see you here soon, bud.
yep, see you later.
Alrighty, that is good old Sporty Morty, and yet. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and interview two gentlemen who are in the party with me at this time, and I'm going to mention these two guys because, for one, these are not only the two of my favorite people in the world, but yet they're also co-commissioners, and yet we got to give credit where credit is due. Shabazz, aka the Cleveland Browns, went to the playoffs in the AFC Championship. Not only did he beat the undefeated one and only, aka the Kansas City Chiefs, but he did go to the Super Bowl, but he ended up being short to our Super Bowl champions, the Carolina Panthers and Panthers. Shabazz, welcome to the broadcast booth with me, bud. Doing good, bud. Doing good. And not only that, but we also want to bring up another individual who did a really great job in our first season. He finished a record with 14-2, and yet got up to the NFC title game and ended up losing shortly to the Panthers. I want to mention him, and his name is T. Galt. T. Galt, welcome aboard, bud.
Thank you, buddy.
Alrighty, Galt, I'm gonna head and ask you the hard question. Knowing that the big rumors is being around in the league right now with going on who is going to be the first round pick, with who is going to get drafted first. Is there anybody in mind that you see on your list right now?
Man, yeah, we actually have a plan in motion. Myself and an unnamed source at this time. We have a little strategy that we're doing and possible trading going on, but we're not going to discuss the details as of yet. That'll be for a surprise for everyone to see later on when the draft happens. We won't be
Yeah.
on the clock long. We know that.
Yeah, yeah. Shabazz, buddy, I gotta ask you a question. Once again, you came up short to the Panthers at the Super Bowl, but yet we're moving forward to a brand new season. So yet, how do you feel knowing that the draft is getting ready to post in less than a couple of minutes away, maybe about maybe half an hour or so? I mean, what is your strategies going on as the draft? All right. Alrighty, you're looking for a defensive end. Is there any certain defensive end players that you have your mindset on as far as the draft tonight? Is there anybody that you're looking for? Yeah. Wow. Well, I definitely respect the decision that you both gentlemen have. Not only are we getting ready to go through the draft, but yet tonight we start season two, and I mentioned both of y'all's records. Season four. Oh, sorry, my bad. Whoa, of Stones and Adams, season four. Hard to believe. I thought it was season two with the way that we got our bunch, but nevertheless, season four. How do you guys feel? I mean, I mentioned both of y'all's records. I mean, Bazzi, you went to the Super Bowl. Galt, you came close against the Panthers in the NFC title game. What is your both of y'all's mindset? Go. I'm going to start with you. What is your mindset going into season four, knowing that you can be able to have a really great quarterback in your hands, knowing full well that you have the most momentum besides Panthers, besides the one and only, and besides Shabazz going into the season?
Uh, we went to the Super Bowl the first go around, and we've come up short ever since. We just got to get over that one little hurdle and get back to the title game. I feel like each of these years we've had a team to win. I think we've put ourselves in a great position. We got a great running back leading us, Saquon. If we can just get over, a little bit of defensive hurdle, I believe, hey, I believe we got a shot at it.
Yeah. And I do actually do want to have some breaking news as far as the free agency goes. You signed from the Kansas City Chiefs. You signed good old Sammy Watkins. So yeah, that's going to play a huge factor as far as your receivers. How do you feel about having Watkins joining on your team?
I mean, you already know. You already know. Anytime I can get a Clemson alum, I'm going to go after him. I feel like Sammy. His earlier years, he didn't produce as much, and here recently, man, he was down the field every time. And becoming a Seahawk, hopefully we can get the passing game going a little bit more and get him in the end zone.
Alrighty, alrighty. Now, Shabazz, I do gotta mention some of your players. We wanted to mention. Let's see here. We're gonna mention the one and only 99 overall Nick Chubb, who joined the 99 club throughout this season. And so yet,
Mm,
and honestly, if you guys have not got a chance to check it out, Baker Mayfield and Shabazz's team, he actually played really, really good, but Baker had some struggles with it. But yeah, what can you tell us that you can be able to fix with Baker Mayfield and that offensive line for you? I mean, obviously you got Nick Chubb, and then also let's look at the wide receivers. You also got Chris Godwin, Devontae Parker, Tawan Taylor, and yet you got Trey Quinn. And not only that, you also got to think about this though. You also have Austin Hooper. I mean, what can you tell us that you can be able to adjust with your offensive line? Yeah, hmm yeah, hmm yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Well, very, very good. No, I would definitely recommend Austin Hooper. I mean, you definitely seem like you feel more comfortable passing it to him. So yeah, I definitely work on him a lot more. We got 5 minutes left until we get everybody ready for the draft. And that in these 5 minutes, I do want to ask you both, and I'll get myself involved in this. Since three of us are commissioners, I'm gonna head and ask you guys. It's a new season, and yet we've seen the Dolphins, aka Hoodneck, having a struggling season with a 3-13 record. We see the Ravens, aka Masopes, with a 3-13 record, and yet all of a sudden breaking news is that Higgins, aka the Titans, is changing teams, and he will be moving to the Jaguars, aka the 3-13 team. Let me ask you both this: out of those three teams, which teams do you see getting better in this season? Do you see the Dolphins doing better? Do you see the Ravens doing better? Or do you even see Higgins and the Jaguars doing better?
Uh, with everything that I'm not saying he tanked, he didn't tank. There's all speculations going around. You never know. I'm gonna go with Baltimore Ravens. I feel like Masopes, he's a great player. So maybe he's got something up his sleeve. I've heard a couple deals and strategies he may be pulling. So we'll see. He's got some great picks in
Yeah,
round one for sure.
yeah, yeah. Shabazz, I gotta ask you this. What do you think about these three teams? Who do you think will end up, playing better as far as this season goes with the Dolphins, the Ravens, and the Jaguars? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, well, listen, 2 minutes left. I know you guys got to get ready to go back to the party to be able to get everybody readied up. Um, with 2 minutes left, Galt, I got to give your final thoughts before the draft.
Yeah, man, I'm just excited. We've done expanded to God, I don't know how many people we've added these last couple of days. It's just gonna be a heck of a season coming up, and I hope everyone looks forward to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the Seahawks to the Super Bowl finally.
All righty, Bazzy, I got to get your final thoughts on this in these final 2 minutes before y'all go back to the party and get everybody ready. Alrighty. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and let you both get ready to go back to the other party to get everybody ready because the draft is now less than 30 minutes away and we cannot wait to see how it goes. Gentlemen, aka co-commissioners, I wish you guys the very best of luck in y'all's draft picks. Alrighty.
Thank you, buddy.
Alright, definitely. Hey, if y'all can get one, if the one and only up in here, that'd be really, really great.
Yeah, we got him now.
Alrighty. Um, alright, talk to y'all in a while. Good luck out there. Alrighty. That is my co-commissioner Shabazz and T-Galt. So yet we are less than 30 minutes away for what is bound to happen to be an amazing draft. And yet we will see how this draft is going to play out. A lot of rumors, a lot of speculations. But before we do that, we first of all we do got to mention our reigning Super Bowl champions, the Carolina Panthers, aka Panthers. Definitely excited to see how things do for his season. I mean, with the draft here slowly approaching, we are getting ready for what is bound to be an incredible night for us. And not only that, but yeah, week one starts tonight. There's another thing to be able to look forward to, a lot of things to be able to be excited for. I'm excited, and we hope that you guys are really, really excited with us. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had to give myself a quick intermission. All right, I'm good to go. Yep, we should be ready to go here soon. Um, for y'all, to join. All right. So it looks like we will add someone up in here, aka Miss Soaps. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. If I can get him in here, that'd be really, really awesome. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, give me one. Alrighty. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We were back on the air. We had to get someone up into the chat, and we should be ready to go as far as the draft. But we do want to bring in someone who we mentioned, someone who we've not got a chance to talk to as of yet. He is now with us. Welcome to the broadcast booth, aka my good buddy old pal, Masopes. Masopes, how's it going, brother? Alright, we're still waiting on him to be able to log on here, thanks to PlayStation, so give us one moment as far as soaps. Slowly approaching. Alright, soaps, you back on, bud?
Yeah, 10-4.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Soaps, first of all, welcome to the booth, and yet, it's been a tough season last season for you. You finished 3-13, and so yet the question is, how you feeling about going into the draft tonight?
Well, I'll go ahead and explain myself for that 3-13 performance. I'm not the best Madden player around, that's for sure. We
That's a
definitely got
lie.
some good competition in this league. Come on now. We got some good guys in this league. I ended up around week 8 at 3-5. I looked at my choices, I looked at my schedule, and I made a decision that I was going to tank. I was going to tank for Trevor, and that's exactly what I did. And he's definitely going to be coming to Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's going to be going to Seattle tonight for that
Wow.
first pick. It's going to happen. And I have to move on from Lamar. He proved unsuccessful in the first 8 weeks of last season for me, and that's not necessarily his fault as a player. It's my fault as a coach, my fault as a team owner in here that he just didn't perform for me like I wanted him to.
Yeah.
I know my good buddy T. Galt, owner of the Seahawks, he's got the first overall pick, and he likes mobile QBs. I like pocket passers. Why not make that trade?
Ooh, very, very interesting the fact that you're going to give up Lamar Jackson, aka the cover boy of Madden, over to Trevor Lawrence. So yet it is going to be very, very exciting for you. So yet not only would you be able to add Trevor Lawrence, but yet you got a good line of receivers as I'm trying to be able to approach them. And there it is, Marquise Brown, Preston Williams, Devon Duvernay, and Miles Boykin. And not only that, we also got your tight end, Mark Andrews. So yeah, what can you tell
And
us?
Nick Boyle. Nick Boyle's there as well.
Oh yeah, can't forget about Nick Boyle. So yeah, give us your thoughts on the receivers and the tight ends that yet Lawrence could be able to pass the ball to. It seems like things are looking up his way, especially if you want to be able to get a guy like Trevor Lawrence. So yet, give us your
I
thoughts.
mean, Trevor is going to be great for me. I like the pocket pass style. I don't, when you rush the QB, it gives you more to worry about. I'm a simple man. I like to either run the ball or pass the ball. And but Trevor's got some legs on him that I'm sure we'll see throughout the season.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I think looking at the receiver depth chart, looking at the tight end depth chart for the Ravens, definitely Marquise Brown is the one that stands out the most. 98 speed, 97 acceleration, 24 years old, and 2 years left in a $5 million contract.
Yeah.
You can't ask for a better situation than that, especially with an 87 overall that I got him up to. He went from a 82, I believe, to 89, 87, somewhere around there. And I'm really excited for him. I think Trevor's going to be throwing it to him majority of the time. But, the receiver depth chart may have some even better looks after tonight, as we do have rumors that I may be drafting Jamar Chase with the second overall pick that I do have myself.
Okay.
That would be a big move, a risky move for sure, considering the talent that you're leaving behind. But, as a whole, as a group, as an organization, I think, that's what you need. If I'm going to have a star quarterback, I want star receivers to throw to.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Not only do we want to be able to talk about how great your offense is going to be able to look after the draft, but yet we definitely got to question your defense. So yeah, is there anybody you have looking out for, particularly in your defense? I mean, you got Marlon Humphrey. You also got a guy like Marcus Peters. You also got Brandon Williams, and yet you know
And also, not to cut you off here, dude. My star player on this defense this upcoming season will be Patrick Queen, middle linebacker. It's going to be a
oh
sophomore season in the NFL. I'm going to call it right now. The reason why I'm saying this is because he's got 89 overall speed with 78 overall pass coverage. It's very high for a middle linebacker. It's very good to user him on every single play. But as a whole, I think the draft on my defense is going to really determine on where guys go. I definitely have my eyes on Gregory Rosu as my defensive line needs help. But I don't think he's going to fall in the second round, as I do have two back-to-back picks in the second round with pick 33 and pick 34, not very far into the draft. So those are going to be players I could acquire. But it's really just a matter of if I want to draft Jamar Chase or Gregory Rosu. Do I want the defensive X factor or do I want the offensive X factor? As both of these guys definitely have X factor. I've played the Bengal draft a time or two before, and I've really enjoyed them. Patrick Surtain, cornerback for Alabama, he's going to go quick as well, I think, and that's another guy I had my eye on. But my cornerback section looks good, like you said. We got Marlon Humphreys. He's going to do great next year. I
yeah.
really want to get help with Patrick Queen. I tried to, get a trade in with T. Galt for Isaiah Simmons, another high-speed middle linebacker, free safety, cornerback, whatever you want to call him. We can play anywhere. He's not going to give up Simmons. That's his Clemson boy. He uses him on defense just like I was going to plan to. So
Yeah.
that trade's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So going forward, I think defensive help is definitely the smarter decision. But what's better, an overpowered offense or balanced and balanced? We'll definitely have to see there.
Now, let me ask you a question. You mentioned that you have two back-to-back picks in the second round, as I'm looking at right now. You also have a round 3, pick 66, a round 4, pick 98, and a round 5, thanks to Pittsburgh, with a 146 pick. So let me ask you this. With your final 3 rounds and your final 3 picks, are you just going to be able to take a look and see how things go for you guys, or are you just going to just try to play out and see whatever it is you can find? And you also got a round 6.
No, I mean I definitely have all I have all 6 of my picks, or 5 of my picks planned out ahead of time. Or I think I have 7 actually. All 7 of my picks planned out. I have a player in mind that's a priority, and then I have 2 or 3 players that could go after him. And if none of those guys are there, that's going to be an on-spot decision that I'm going to have to make. And at the end of the day, I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan. You know
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
at the end of the day, it comes down to round 5, round 4. Hell, I might draft a low overall Georgia player, and he might be my boy. As with the Madden 21, it gives you an awesome scenario and breakout scenarios to upgrade players' development. And how nice would it be to see a Georgia Bulldog, maybe somebody like James Cook, or wide receivers, cornerbacks like Tyson Campbell, Eric Stokes. I think those guys could really do a good job for me, especially Eric Stokes. He's going to fall late in the second round as a cornerback. He's going to be overlooked. He's really good on man-to-man coverage, and he might be one of those guys that I might draft in the late rounds. But it's just going to come down to what happens in the situation, who drafts who, where guys fall. I definitely have players in mind, players scouted for these picks that I hope to acquire. But if it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen, and that's fine. At the end of the day, we got options.
Yeah, well, we definitely want to wish you the best of luck in the draft tonight. We'll definitely see how it plays out. If you can be able to find any more Bulldogs out there, I say go ahead and get them. But yeah, we'll definitely see you. We'll probably get a chance to talk to you after the draft. So yet, good luck on there, and we'll wish you the best of luck, bud.
I appreciate it, man.
All
And
right.
everybody watching this video, everybody that tunes in, shout out Code Red Dude 520. That's my man. Check out his broadcasts, check out his streams, check out his NASCAR, check out his Madden, check out his whole channel, man, because you'll definitely be a good viewer. And I'll see you later, man.
All right, definitely see you, bud. Thank you, bud. Thank you for the shout out, man. Thank you. Alrighty, that was my soaps, and yet we're bound to get another person in here for the interviews, and yet we're waiting on trying to get Hoodnick in here. We couldn't be able to get the one and only, the man who went undefeated throughout the season, where 2 times he could have ended up losing that streak, um, to me and uh, to Panthers. I mean, to so many great guys. But um, definitely looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Um, but once again, we're waiting on Hood Neck. We are less than a few moments away for the draft. So yeah, to give us one moment, ladies and gentlemen. All I know is that on Hood Neck, if we can be able to get him in here, that'd be really, really great. If not, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, while we're waiting, I do want to be able to get a chance to tell you guys that even though that we don't have any sponsors or anything, if you want to sponsor the Starters Anonymous League in Madden, or just get a chance to sponsor us in general, that'd be really awesome. We really, really appreciate it. So yeah, if you want to sponsor us, please, any sponsor, please feel free to message me or one of us in the league. That'd be really cool for you guys. But yet, nevertheless, we are currently waiting for this big draft that we have in store for you guys. This is bound to be a really big draft with such a really great class, really young, fresh class. Um, as for me, um, I finished out with a really good 11-5 season, and uh, a really good 11-5 season, and not the way I wanted it to end. I got beat in the divisional by the Seahawks, aka T-Gall, but it was a very great game, 4-point game. So I'm ready to see how this goes. Not gonna be able to get a chance to get a good pick until about round two. So yet we'll get a chance to watch the round one together. So yet, if you have not got a chance to subscribe to the channel, then yeah, I suggest that you get a chance to. I'm telling you this right now. It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth subscribing. So yet, please stay tuned because here soon we bound we are bound to go to the drafto. But nevertheless, season 4 is upon us, and we are just waiting momentarily. As you see, we got some new guys in here. We got Melton, 85 as the Cardinals. We got um, we got Y'all Ain't Ready in for the as the Titans. We got Terminatrix coming back to being the the Cincinnati Bengals. We have I Spawn Higgins up in the Jaguars, and we also have a new person, and that would be D Blood and as the Falcons. But either way, though, we have so many great talent. Sporting Morning as the Jets. Um, Jeezy as the Bears. RJ Monster Mile as the Vikings. Obviously, you see Shabazi. And you see Killa as the Eagles. Verde as the Steelers. Real as the Cowboys. Hoodneck. Blake 182 is coming back as a Raider. Either way, we're just ready for this draft and for all that's bound to happen. We're less than about, I think, we are less than about maybe 15 minutes away till we get the draft going, and it'll be going here real soon. Sorry, I take it back. We now have 14 minutes away. So let me ask you guys this: who would you guys want to see do really good in their week one? We will get our weekly game matchups here shortly, eventually, once we do, we will get the season started. Alrighty, slowly, patient. Waiting on more invites to the, or waiting on more people to join us for an interview. But if not, then yet we will get things going here shortly. Patience is key, especially when it comes to a draft. Just give us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, we'll be able to get someone. Oh, Shabazz is up in here. Alrighty, welcome. Alrighty, welcome back, Shabazz. Any updates you got for us, bud? Alright, alrighty, welcome aboard. Alright, talk to you later, bud. We finally thank you for getting Hoodneck up in here. Hoodneck, thank you for joining me, bud. How you feeling tonight, bud? Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So I got to talk to you about your last season record. You finished off with the season with a 3-13 win loss record. What can you tell us about your what you have in mind for the draft? And I'll go ahead and mention the picks that you currently have at the moment. You have a round one pick three from the Jaguars, a round one pick seven from the Rams, a round one pick 29 from the Seahawks, a round two pick 53 from the Texans, a round four 97. You have one, two, three picks from round five, 131, 134, and 153 by by three different teams. You also have not only that, but yet your final pick with a round 78 from Pittsburgh. Well, let me go ahead and ask you this real quick, and I'm gonna be able to take a look at your players at the moment. I mentioned all your picks, but yet as far as player wise, you currently have Grover Stewart, Josh Lambo, Xavier Howard, Devin White. You have all these defensive and kickers as like your big players, but yet you ended up going for a risk for Drew Brees from yours truly, and you currently have. It looks like you may not have any quarterbacks. Yeah, yeah, he definitely retired. So yeah, you're definitely gonna be going for a quarterback, aren't you? Is that what you have in your mind? Yeah, yeah, definitely. So yet, obviously, you definitely If I was you, I'd definitely go ahead and get some receivers at the moment because you only have one at the moment, and that is Dylan Mitchell. So yeah, quarterbacks. You're gonna need receivers. Who else are you gonna need? You're gonna need a tight end. You don't have one left tackle. You need a center. Man, you are definitely struggling, my dude. Oh my gosh. You definitely need some more. You definitely need some linebackers. That's for sure. You only got two linebackers at the moment. Uh, you definitely need a full safety, and that's pretty much about it. And a punter too, but yeah, you may or may not be able to need a punt. But the question is though, is like I just mentioned who you need at the moment. So what can you do to be able to play out in the draft? What can you do to be able to get those players in your favor? The the receivers, the quarterbacks, everybody that you need. So Nick, you still got a copy? Oh yeah. Alrighty. I was going to ask you, are you since we did see that T-Gall does have Kyler Murray available, are you willing to be able to give up one of your picks for Kyler Murray? I say go ahead and try to give him a holler because you know he's got Kyler Murray for trade, and he'll and then you got two round one picks. I say give up one of those picks for a good old T-Gall. Get Kyler Murray on your team. Get a really good solid quarterback. I say all right. We got 6 minutes left. I'll let you go ahead and go get ready for the big draft. You got to go get yourself a quarterback. So yet, Hoodneck, thank you for joining me up in the booth tonight, bud. Wish you the best of luck in the draft. Wish you the best of luck getting yourself a good quarterback, because I know you need one, bud. Most of all, best of luck to you in the season. Alrighty, that is Hoodneck, aka the Miami Dolphins, and yet we are less than 6 minutes away 6 minutes away to the NFL draft here on the Code Red Do channel. We have a lot in store. It's looking to be really, really exciting, and yet know that, but yet just like Booker T's five-time WCW championships, we are less than 5 minutes away from the draft, the Stoners Anonymous drafts, and we can't wait to see how things go. Oh man, what a draft this is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, we may not be able to get one more draft in, but either way, that's okay because we do have that draft in store. So yeah, we're patiently waiting on the draft, and we will get things started. This is Code Red 2, and we're hoping that you have a lot of fun out there. If you can, please subscribe to my channel, and please like, subscribe, and give us some love in the comments. That'd be really, really awesome. Alrighty. Such a crazy time for our league. Less than 4 minutes. So yet, once again, we're currently waiting 4 minutes away. If there's one more or anybody want to interview, as wanting a interview at some point, which may not look likely. Give me 1 second. Gonna try to. We got less than 3 minutes away. 3 minutes away, and yet, you know, I don't know where you guys are watching this at, but yet currently in the booth, it is getting really cold at the moment. So yet we're hoping that you guys are staying warm and staying safe out there. We're hoping that you guys have definitely enjoyed the NFL playoffs with a lot of the big news as far as the game wise. We've definitely seen the Buffalo Bills taking on the Indianapolis Colts, and yet they beat the Colts by a score of 27 to 24 win over the Colts. And I believe just now we just see the Los Angeles Rams took on the Seattle Seahawks and they did win. So yet that is your current NFL news. And yet we're waiting on we currently have the Tampa Bay taking on the Washington football team. That game is currently on right now. But yeah, nevertheless though, yeah, we're definitely trying to keep up with the NFL news for you guys to be able to give you some late breaking news. Oh yeah, but we also are giving you late breaking news in the Stoners Anonymous League. And we're definitely excited to see what we have in store for y'all. So yet, uh, give us 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still here at the moment. We're trying to get things ready for the draft. We're less than 1 minute left, and yet we will get things underway for y'all. So please make sure to stay tuned because it's bound to be a really good one. Definitely in store for y'all. Um, Wait to see how things go. Give us a moment, and we will get things ready, and we'll get things going. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Alright, it is 8:30 at the moment. It is 8:30, and we were about to get ready for the Stoners Anonymous NFL Draft. And it's about to be really beautiful. Alrighty, it is now 8:30 at the moment, and yet, give us one second, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL Draft is underway. The Seahawks do have the first pick for the 2021 NFL Draft. And we are currently waiting on the pick. And that pick is gonna go to. Give us a drum roll, please. I got my sidekick, my little niece Liliana here. Give us a drum roll, please, Liliana. Give us. The clock is on pause, but here we go. The Seattle Seahawks are on the board for the first round pick. As I mentioned before, the Miami Dolphins do have two first round picks, or sorry, two round one picks in the NFL draft. All right, all right, alrighty. Alrighty, we're still waiting on the Seattle Seahawks. The clock is paused real quick. So yet we're currently getting things ready for this draft. We're still waiting on the Seattle Seahawks picks. I gotta ask my little niece, Liliana, who is your favorite football team? Okay, that's a college football team, but yet nevertheless this is the NFL. And yet if she had to pick, I could see her rooting for the Seattle Seahawks. But yet we're currently still waiting on the clock. We're still waiting on the we're still waiting on the pick from T-Gall, aka the Seattle Seahawks. But yeah, let's go ahead and view the draft board real quick. As you see right here, Trevor Lawrence is the number one pick, what everybody's expecting to be. They also got the left tackle for Oregon, Penel Sewell. They also got a left end and Gregory Rousseau. And yet we also have a wide receiver, Jamal Chase from LSU. And we can't forget about the Fields man, aka Justin Fields. So yeah, give us 1 second. We don't know why the clock is paused. We might end up having some technical difficulties maybe at the moment. We're currently waiting on the Seattle Seahawks pick. We don't know what's happening, but uh, nevertheless, patience is very, very key, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, we still got the clock paused. We still got the timer paused at the moment, so yet we can be able to get those. Um, we can get Galt or everybody ready for the draft. So yet the only thing that we're waiting on is T Galt. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through the draft board at the moment. Wow, we still got time. A lot of great players, a lot of interesting players at the moment. And yet we still got the we still got the timer pause for reasons I don't know. If I can get an update from somebody real quick, that'd be really great. I think they're still trying to get everybody into the party or into the Discord. So if you're watching this, please go to the Discord or the party chat at the moment. We definitely do need you guys to join us. The only person that we're waiting on is you guys. So please join. Alright, let's see if we can get an update real quick from Shabazz. Alright, we're still waiting. We're still waiting on these picks. I don't know what's happening. Getting an update from Shabazz real quick. Um, if we can be able to get the draft going, I think we Alright, so we're allowing the guys to do a draft board. Alrighty, looks like we got everything back up and going. And yet, pick one in round one is going to the Seattle
The
Seahawks.
Ravens
And
are now
yet,
on
he
the clock.
picks up Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. Next up is my Soaps on the clock, aka the Baltimore
The
Ravens,
Dolphins
and he
are now on
picked
the
up
clock.
Gregory Rousseau from Miami. Next up, it is Hoodneck, aka the Miami Dolphins, and he does pick up a lot of great picks. But yet, I talked to him earlier, and yet he definitely does need a quarterback.
The Jets
And he
are now
picks
on
up
the
Justin
clock.
Fields. Wow. And here is Sporty Morty, aka the New York Jets. And we're waiting on his pick. So yet we see Justin Fields getting drafted to the Dolphins. And T Galt is up in the party with us.
Yes,
T Galt,
sir.
Mastopes is in the party with us. You two, congratulations. First off, Galt, a huge pick going to the Seahawks. But yet, that is a good case for Mastopes is kind of a quarter because you're going to pick up Lamar Jackson at the end of this trade. Am I correct?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while. He's had his eyes on Trevor Lawrence. As much as I like him, you know how I love Lamar Jackson on here. So it is official. Trevor Lawrence is a Seattle Seahawk, but when Week 1 comes around, he will be wearing Baltimore Raven colors, and Lamar
Wow.
Jackson will be a Seattle Seahawk.
Absolutely. That's
Which
the
brings me to
plan.
my next one. Anybody listening? Kyler Murray is up for
The
trade.
Vikings are now on the clock.
Yeah, I talked to Hoodneck, and I figured that he would give up his round one picks just for Kyler Murray, but he did not do that just in that case.
Dude, were you surprised by my
The
second pick?
Titans are now on
Very,
the
very
clock.
surprised.
my
I did not expect that at all, really. And
Yeah, I
yet,
mean, I agree. I was gonna get him, when I saw him there, and I need a right end, not a left end, and who's to say I can't just put Gregory there and he'll do
yeah.
just as good.
And real quick, the Vikings pick up Penel
The
Sewell.
Dolphins are now on the
The
clock.
Titans picked up Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida. And here comes Hoodneck again. And I believe that might be his, second or third pick now?
Second pick, I believe.
Second pick.
Second pick. And yet, he definitely does need a lot of players up on his Dolphins teams. So yet, very great picks from both of you guys early on. Galt, when is your next pick?
I have another pick in round 2, but we got word that Julio Jones wants to be a Seattle Seahawk, so I do not have the
Wow.
second round pick. It'll be going to deep blood as well. So I'll be
right.
back in the 4th round.
Alrighty, and the Dolphins picked up Dylan Moses from Alabama.
The Raiders.
And yet, the Patriots picked up Patrick Surtain, the second from Alabama. Another
Yeah,
Alabama
that's
player.
good. That's a good pick
Great
right there,
pick,
Patrick
great pick.
The
Surtain.
Bears picked up
Who picked him? Who picked him?
That was the Dolphins, I believe.
I believe he's the number 1 overall pick in the overall talent in the
Mike-
draft, and Trevor Lawrence
Lions-
isn't.
Lions-
Trevor Lawrence is 2, right?
Yeah. No, Trevor Lawrence is 1.
Trevor Lawrence was 1. He was
And,
number 1.
and
The
Patrick
Lions-
Patrick Surtain is number 2.
Yeah,
I promise you guys that.
he's going to the Patriots. And yet now the Lions picked up Micah Parsons from Penn State. And next up it is TVR's very own D-Blood, aka the Atlanta Falcons, up on the board for his first pick in pick 15 in round 1. Colts do have back-to-back picks, so yeah, we'll definitely have to see how it goes for them. And next up, it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then you see a new guy, Melton, joining the Arizona Cardinals. Then I believe we have the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Guys, what are your thoughts on this first round pick overall? Already, you guys got y'all's picks and y'all ready to go. But yeah, how do you feel about Hoodneck and his chances? Do you believe he'll be able to do something with Justin Fields?
It's gonna be interesting to see. He's got young talent there. I think that's what he was really wanting. Not speculating. Could be strategy that he done that get good picks. So he definitely picked up the talent that he needs to make a playoff run for sure.
Definitely for sure. And let's see, as you look up on the clock, the Falcons have less than 35 seconds left before his time ends. And I believe if he doesn't be able to pick it, they will pick it for him.
D-Blood taking his sweet time here.
He is definitely taking the sweet time. You got to think about there's a certain player he might be able to look at, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, he's got less than 10 seconds
The
left.
Colts
And he
are
picked
now
up
on the clock.
Sean Wade, from a quarterback from Ohio State.
Wow.
That's a good pick. I think
It
that's
is.
I think that's the second
I
highest
think
overall
he's
cornerback in this
expecting
draft.
to
The Steelers
maybe Matt Ryan leave him in a couple years, or he could be go ahead and getting ready to start him now and
The
Bench Matt
Cardinals are
Ryan. You
now
never
on the
know.
clock.
Verde, Trey, Aiden
Alrighty,
Hutchinson right in. I don't
alrighty,
know about
Verde
that pick
trade.
there.
Yeah, and now here is the new guy,
There's
Melton,
Melton.
85, up on the clock for his first pick. And yet,
Dude, the Patriots have 3 first-round picks as a AI.
yes, yes,
Holy cow!
that is very
Yeah, the
interesting.
AI has Patrick Surtain. That's very interesting. That sucks too. That's a big
Well,
player there that a user didn't get.
the user that had him previously, he got those first picks for him. So
Yeah, I
Oh, like
think,
he didn't he trade illegally?
yeah, he did trade illegally. It's a name that we're not going to mention names, but he definitely did a lot of illegal trading on our backs, and yet we ended up having
The
to remove him.
Packers are now
The
on the clock.
Packers drafted Brevin Jordan.
uh,
The soap's still there?
Yep.
All right. Alrighty. Trade pending.
The Chargers are
Wait.
now on the clock.
I just wanted that the Jets tried to send me a
Deluxe
trade.
auto.
Alright, the
Deluxe
Buccaneers.
auto.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Creed Humphrey.
Patriots are loaded with some good picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely. And look at the Dolphins. He's got
Cowboys are now
3
on the
first
clock.
round picks. And yet
The
it,
Bengals are now on the
and
clock.
that is Terminatrix, who's up next up on the board. And we'll definitely see how he does. As his first pick, and at pick 26 in round 1, he's going to select. Surely he definitely looked at his team and he definitely realized who he needs and what he needs. It could be
The
somebody.
Steelers are now on
Master
the clock.
Teague, a halfback from Ohio State.
That's really great. He's a great running back. Too bad he didn't get to play in his final game in the playoff. Well, semifinal. He may get
Alright.
national championship, but we'll see.
All right, Pittsburgh Steelers picked up Tyson Campbell, a quarterback from Georgia. Very good for Verde on his team. Next up, it is Y'all Ain't Ready Racing 31. Another buddy from ours from TVR who definitely just joined in the Starters Anonymous League.
Hey, that's a good pick by Verde Trey. I was looking for Tyson Campbell early in the second round.
Yeah, very, very good pick, but yet now he's a round 1 pick, but yet we're currently, you gotta think about the patience that y'all ain't gonna have, especially, when he's pick 28. And look at this, though. Look at you, Masobes, back-to-back picks.
Yeah, right here. These are the second round picks I was talking about. Pick 33, pick 34. I got the first pick in the second round and the second pick.
Alrighty, he picked up Quincy Rouge from Miami. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I said his last name wrong, but yet Quincy Rouge from Miami, a very good pick. And Hoodneck is back up on the board. And after that, you'll see our users, aka the Chiefs, one and only Shabazz and the Cleveland Browns, our Super Bowl
The
champions.
Chiefs are now on
And
the
yeah,
clock.
he picked up Sage Surratt, a wide receiver from Wake Forest. Wow.
Really great. That's a great pick. He didn't have the team, but he definitely has a talent when he was in college for sure.
Well, believe it or not, before the draft, he actually only had one wide receiver on his team.
Wow. He definitely wouldn't have been passing the ball much, would he?
No, he wouldn't. He doesn't even have a quarterback, so that's why he had to go with Justin Fields. So if I was him, I would definitely go with another quarterback just to be able to be on the safe side, because you do not want
The
someone out
Browns
there.
are now on the
All right,
clock.
he picked up Ronnie Perkins. The Chiefs picked up Ronnie Perkins, a left end from Oklahoma. All right, next up it is the AFC champions, aka Shabazz and the Cleveland Browns. And yet I talked to Shabazz along with T-Gall earlier on, and yet he's definitely looking to see what picks he might have, but yet it's going to be interesting. I expect maybe a defensive player from Shabazz's side.
Well, we do know Shabazz always comes in there with a great amount of strategy
The
for sure.
Panthers are
Alrighty,
now on
and
the
he,
clock.
and I
He did go defense. He
And
went
is it-
a linebacker from Penn State.
Jason Away, I can't even say his last name right, but yet Jason from Penn State, a left side linebacker, so a really good pick for him. Next up, it is our Super Bowl champions, the Carolina Panthers.
The Ravens are now on the
Rashad
clock.
Bateman from Minnesota. Alrighty, Soaps, you're up on the board with 2 back-to-back picks, bud. Let's see who you're gonna pick.
All right, yeah, I don't
Okay.
know who I'm gonna draft here.
Take your time. You still got a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock.
We got Chuba Howard, Travis Etienne on the board here, but I'm pretty stacked.
I'm telling
up
you, Travis
running back.
Etienne, he is a big running back. I got him up quite a bit last season. He will go far.
Ooh.
Well, my Soaps.
Israel Mukemu looks really good too there. 6'3", 205 with a 7.3 combine grade, cornerback from South Carolina. He's got the most bench press reps with 23 and the second fastest broad jump with a 4.39.
What?
Wow.
I think I'm going to have to grab him.
And
The
he
Ravens
will.
are now on the clock.
From Gold's rival in South Carolina.
Yeah, but you did get talent, so, maybe a rival, but I see talent. So, great
Definitely see
pick.
talent. You don't often talk about too many talent from South Carolina. There are a lot of great players, but I believe Soaps actually picked up a really good player in his defense.
Oh, for sure.
Alrighty, and yet, what's your thoughts on going into your second straight pick in round 2?
The
And he
Jaguars
picked
are
up
now on the clock.
Ronald Moreau from Purdue, and next up is Higgins up on the board as a
And
Jacksonville
Rondell
Jaguar.
Murray, just a little more about that pick right there. As Higgins drafts Andre Cisco from Syracuse, free safety. I really went for him because of his 4.35 40-yard dash. And actually, his development was also not normal. It's superstar. It's going to be something. Rondell Murray, I think, is a really good pick for me as he just adds more speed to my already speedy offensive wide receiver core.
Now, we did get a chance to talk to Sporty Morty, the first person we got a chance to interview, and yet he said that he feels very confident in his Jets teams. He'll be able to fix anybody that he can, see what he can do with that Jets team, and he's definitely up on the board for sure. So, yeah, what are you maybe expecting, an offensive player or
Okay.
maybe a defensive player? I think personally, when it comes to Sporty Morty, he might pick himself up
The
an offensive player.
Vikings are
He
now
And
on
he
he went
does.
Travis Etienne from Clemson.
Travis-
Let's go.
Travis Etienne.
I'm not a Jets fan, but I am a Clemson fan.
And yet,
Great pickup.
the Vikings picked up Jay Tuffle, a defensive tackle from USC. I'm very surprised by yet what
Rams
the
are
Vikings
now
are
on the
picking,
clock.
and yet the Titans picked up Jalen Mayfield, right tackle from Michigan.
Yes. I'm actually surprised
The Raiders are now
Travis
on the
Etienne lasted as long as he did, to be honest.
clock. The Bears
If
are
I had
now
an
on
extra
the clock.
round one pick, I would have picked him up
The
myself.
Falcons are now
And
on the
yet,
clock.
they end up skipping all these trades, and yet couldn't be able to keep up with them. But the Lions picked up Journey Brown from Penn State, and next up it is D-Blood on the board. I believe for his second pick in the second round now. Or the first pick in the second round, sorry about that. And then you see the Colts again having back-to-back picks. And also next up is the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers, and of course once again the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins have got a lot more picks out of anybody in the NFL right now. And so yeah, definitely good for him because he's definitely needing some players that he's definitely do need. Alrighty, we're still waiting. What do y'all thinking? Defensive, maybe also offensive player?
The Falcons. I would assume that he would want to get a little defense going. Just my thought. But we'll see. You never know. D-Blood's a definitely smart guy.
Alright, I got me a
He
little.
is taking every bit of his time.
I got me a little sidekick
Colts
here with
are
me,
now on the clock.
and yet
He
now, and it did Christian Barmore
Steelers
from,
are now on the
I believe that was Michigan,
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
and yet the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up, I think that might be Josh Myers, center from Ohio State. So
The
a lot of,
Packers are now
and
on
yet
the clock.
the Cardinals picked up Cade Mays
The
from,
Dolphins are now
He's
on
from
the clock.
Georgia. He's from Georgia.
alrighty, and yet,
I don't know why it said NA. He's from Georgia, all right.
alrighty, and yet up next is Hoodneck, and I got my little sidekick partner
The
with me, my little
Chargers
niece,
are now on the
all the way
clock.
from
Ooh,
Morgantown.
Chris Olive. That's a good pick. That's a good pick from Hoodneck.
It looks like the Dolphins are seriously trying to get their team. Maybe not this year, but get talent on the team to be ready for another year.
This is going to be a good team for sure in the
I
coming
think
years.
Yes.
I think that my interview with him earlier definitely helped him with the players that he's do need. So whatever I did that helped the Dolphins, good for him. I mean, he's definitely getting some players he do need for sure.
Absolutely. Hoodneck has done a really good job of acquiring talent in this draft. And not only, you look at the overalls that he's drafted, and he hasn't really drafted a very high overall player. He's getting these guys that are underrated. And there's a lot of these guys in this bingo class because I've played it a million times. Chris Olive.
Hey.
This guy will be an X factor in 1 year if he plays him the right way, if he plays him in the slot. And he's got a lot of and Najee Harris goes
All
to
right,
the
so
Rex
I
Auto.
hate to do this, but our time is up. They must Sporty
Alrighty.
and Hood is coming on now apparently.
Alright.
All right, that's
So,
very interesting.
Code,
Please give Hoodneck my duest
yes,
regards
tell
and
him
tell
he
him
has
that
got the
he's
best
got a good
draft
team.
class so far, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
was
We
for
both
sure.
agree.
Thank you guys for joining me up on the broadcast. We'll see you guys here in a few. And yet,
Yes, sir.
the Buccaneers picked up
The
Darius
Eagles
Hill
are
from
now
West
on the
Virginia,
clock.
my home state.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Eagles select Trey Lance from North Dakota State. And next up, it is Terminatrix up on the clock, aka the Cincinnati Bengals. And we're waiting for his first pick. And yet, I got my little side, and we got Hoodneck. Whatever I did to help you out, you definitely got yourself some great players up on your team. And we got Sporty Morty. Sporty, I gotta get your thoughts on this. You selected a really good running back in Travis Etienne. What are your thoughts, bud?
I was surprised he was there. To be quite honest, I was not expecting Travis Etienne to fall into the second round. You know what? That wasn't even the surprising part. I ended up with Jamar Chase, which I was not expecting, because I was told that he was going to go second overall.
And yet,
And that did not
The
happen.
Steelers are now on the clock.
and yet,
So.
the
The Titans.
man, it's hard for me to keep up with everything, but yet the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up Shaz Surratt from North Carolina, middle linebacker, and up next is the Tennessee Titans. First off, Hoodneck, I gotta say you have one heck of a class in store for you, man, with the players that you're drafting, bud. You got Justin Fields now as quarterback, and dude, I don't know what I did to help you out, but yeah, you definitely gotten some great players on your team. Is there Yeah. Yeah, definitely for sure. And yet the Tennessee Titans do have 1 minute left up on the clock, and yet we're waiting to see how the Titans do.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Titans select Tadell Slayton from Florida. Alrighty. Now let me ask you a quick question
The
though. Are you
Chiefs
gonna
are now
go
on the
for
clock.
another quarterback just in case Fields does get hurt? Okay, okay. Alrighty.
The Browns are now on the
Alrighty, the Chiefs, aka one and only, selected Jarrett Patterson, and I believe he might be from. It's hard to tell, but we can't forget about Sporty Morty, the man who has definitely had some really good picks. And yet here soon, you're literally right after the Atlanta Falcons. Who do you have in mind for your next pick? Sporty Morty?
Oh, I was on mute.
Yeah.
I'm here. Hopefully, Debla's not stream sniping me, because there are some people that I do want.
Okay.
I gotta look at who have on my draft board. They were all taken, huh? So far, I do like Tyler Shelvin out of LSU.
Okay.
Um, I do like the idea of having that tough guy in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still need an offensive line because it's pretty much non-existent. So Drake Jackson, another look there where it might. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
I
still waiting.
wanted Amon St. Ra, Amon Brown St. Ra, but
I believe the Ravens selected him. I believe either that or somebody else did. But either way, definitely off the draft board for you as well, my dude. And yet
The
yeah,
Falcons are now on the clock.
Shabazz picked up Dante Stills from good old my home state of West Virginia. Alrighty. And yet, as we're taking a look at of who's next, right now it is D Blood, aka the Atlanta Falcons, and then next up in the booth right now, yours truly, Sporty Morty, and we can't forget
yes,
about the
sir.
Baltimore Ravens, and yet Higgins and the Jacksonville Jaguars have two, not one, but two draft picks next up. We also have Andre Marshall, and then we also have the New England Patriots, who is currently not a user but a CPU. So it is the CPU and the Patriots that have had these really good picks, and we definitely can't wait to see how it goes for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We're kind of at a loss right now.
What the fact that the Patriots picked up some really good players.
No, that the talent drop off is just huge after those first two rounds in this game.
I
We'll
definitely
see.
agree.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for.
That's definitely for sure.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, yet we do have the Atlanta Falcons, aka D Blood, with less than 30 seconds left upon his pick, and yet I believe he's going to want to add more fire into that offensive line and Matt Ryan. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But honestly, he could pick himself either an offensive line or maybe a wide receiver. But I gotta get y'all thoughts on it. He's got less than 10 seconds. What do you think he needs to do? Just go ahead and pick a random player and just go with it.
Yeah,
The Jets
Already, he
waited a
picked
are
up
long
on the clock.
time.
Zamar White, a halfback from Georgia. Wow.
He
Alrighty.
went with his team. He went with his team there.
Alrighty, next up it is the Jets, aka Sporty Morty, who's currently
The
up in here.
Ravens are now on the clock.
Ooh, Washington from TCU. Very good pick, my man. Very, very good pick.
Thank you, thank you.
You realize you definitely do need a full safety for sure. So you definitely got yourself a heck of a one from TCU, which TCU has a lot of players, a lot of great players from that college. So yeah, definitely want to send a shout out to TCU right here. But yet, up on the clock right now, it is Masopes, and I believe we're still waiting on everyone's picks. But yet, nevertheless, we definitely
The
do
Jaguars
appreciate
are
it.
now on the clock.
And the Ravens select Trevon Moehrig, another player from TCU. Back-to-back TCU players being drafted, one from the Jets and one just now from the Baltimore Ravens. And now we do see not one but two picks starting up in the third round in the NFL draft. And it's going to
The
go straight.
Jaguars are now on
First
the
off,
clock.
he picked up Jamie
The
Newman from
Vikings
Georgia
are now on the
and
clock.
Walker Little, a left
The
tackle.
Raiders are
The
now
Raiders
on the clock.
select Drake Jackson.
The Bears are now
The
on
Bears
the clock.
select the already, and yet, here we go. After the Steelers, it is yours truly, Code Red Dude, finally getting his first pick in the NFL draft in round 3. I believe I might be either 19th or 20th. Either way, though, that's okay. Good things come for those who wait, so we'll definitely, hopefully, to have a good player in store for me. Uh,
Jamie Newman was picked.
Jamie Newman was picked by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I spawned Higgins. Uh, Hoodneck, you got any thoughts on potentially your next pick?
The Bills are now on the
Wow.
clock.
Alrighty. So yet the the Falcons select Jeremiah uh oh Co 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 Koromora from Notre Dame. I'm trying my best to pronounce these names as best I possibly can, so forgive me for
The
My fault.
Colts are now on the clock.
The Bills select Marco Wilson, from quarterback from Florida. Alrighty, after the Colts, it will be the Steelers, and yours truly finally get a chance to be able to pick somebody in the NFL draft. Um,
The
as to
Steelers are now on the
and
clock.
the Steelers are up on the clock right now, and the Colts selected Nick Eubanks, tight end from Michigan, a very good solid player, and definitely want to say congratulations to him. And yet the Steelers are going to select as we wait. Now, Sporting Morning, when is your next pick?
The 29th pick in the third round.
Alrighty, so yeah, it's not far away. You've definitely
Nope.
got probably 11 more to go. So yeah, you'll definitely be in the next round. You definitely got a lot more picks than what I thought you did, honestly, dude. You probably got more picks than any of the teams right now in this draft, Mr. Hoodneck. Alrighty, the Steelers got 35 seconds left, and we're still waiting on that. 30 seconds left. They gotta pick. They gotta pick. Get some more players for that offense, especially a backup quarterback. Maybe a quarterback for himself. 10 seconds left for the 10 seconds left for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ooh, is the time going to wind down? And it will, and the draft is going to select
The Saints are now on the clock.
Rashawn Slater. Alrighty, here we go. For yours truly.
The Packers are now on the clock.
Alrighty, and the Saints select Tamorion Terry. I figured
The
why not go ahead
Chargers
and
are
get somebody on the somebody on the wide receivers, get a chance to join D Hop, get a chance to join many great players, get a chance to join up there with Travis Kelsey up there and the Saints offensive line. I figured why not go ahead and get somebody really good, somebody that nobody didn't really expect. But yet the Houston Texans select Tyler Shelvin, defensive tackle from LSU. Man. Sporty, your pick is not too far away, my friend.
Nope. Not at all.
Definitely gotta be
I
wait.
found I found some players though, so
That's definitely good to hear.
I found some players that I'd be
The
comfortable
Buccaneers are now on
drafting.
the clock.
Not
Uh, Alrighty, the Chargers select Carlos Basham Jr., linebacker from Wake Forest.
The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Yep. Thank you,
The
do.
Bengals are
And
now
no
on the
problem,
clock.
guys. We glad to have you guys on. Thank you guys for joining us.
Of course.
Alrighty, alrighty. The Cincinnati Bengals, aka Terminatrix, are currently back up on the draft board. Definitely want to say thank you to Sporty Morty and Hoodneck for joining us. Really awesome, great guys, and not only that for T Galt and for myself to get a chance to join me up in the booth. We definitely have a lot of fun up in the booth and in the draft, and we're definitely hoping that you guys are having a lot of fun out there. Let's go ahead and get ready for Terminatrix. So yet next up, it will be the Buccaneers, the the Browns, the Titans, the Jets, the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, and the Super Bowl champions, the Carolina Panthers.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Cincinnati Bengals select Patrick Jones the second, left in from Pittsburgh. Alrighty, Alrighty, we're
The
still waiting.
Titans
The
are
Cleveland
now on the
Browns
clock.
selected Xavier Thomas from Clemson, a really good defensive player, adding more fuel to the fire for the defense and the Cleveland Browns.
The Jets are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Titans select Kyle Trask from Florida.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Jets picked up Asante Samuel Jr., quarterback from Florida. Next up, it is the Kansas City Chiefs and the one and only.
The Buccaneers are now on the
And he
clock.
selected Ben Brown, a right guard from Ole Miss.
The Panthers are now on
And
the
yet,
clock.
the Buccaneers select Chase
The
Lucas.
Dolphins are
And
now
yet, the
on the
Panthers
clock.
select Charles Snowden, linebacker from Virginia. Really solid players, really good players. Definitely up into the fourth round pick. It's hard to believe.
The Ravens are now on the
And
clock.
yet, the Dolphins select Jeremy Ruckert, tight end from Ohio State. A lot of Ohio State players definitely gotten drafted. And can you honestly be really surprised about it at the moment?
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Ravens selected Amar Gainer from Florida State.
The Jets are now on the clock.
And yet, the Jacksonville Jaguars selected uh, Hamilcar Bashar Jr. from Oregon State.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
And yet, the Jets select Alec Lindstorm, center from Boston
The
College.
Jaguars are now on
And
the
the
clock.
Rams selected, the 49ers selected,
The
or
Vikings
the
are now on the
the
clock.
Raiders selected,
The
or the
Vikings
Broncos
are now on the
selected,
clock. The
or
Falcons
the
are now
Lions
on the clock.
selected. Reed Blankenship. It's hard for me to keep up with the draft picks. But up next, it is the Atlanta Falcons. And right now, we're definitely waiting on what is bound to happen in the next pick. And yet, it belongs to D Blood and the Atlanta Falcons. He's definitely been doing a great job of his picks. And we can't see what is bound to happen for him next. Only one can assume, only one can imagine what's going through D Blood's mind through his next pick at the moment. And once we get that, we will get a chance to send you, let you know about the pick. And once again, this is Code Red Dew, and I feel like I definitely do need some Mountain
The
Dew.
Bills
And
are
yet
now on the
next,
clock.
and yet the Falcons pick is Patrick Johnson, a left end from Tulane. A really good pick for D Blood and the Atlanta Falcons. Next up, it is the
The
Buffalo Bills, and the
Steelers are
Buffalo
now on the
Bills
clock.
selected Seth Williams,
The
wide receiver,
Chargers are now
and the
on the clock.
the Texans select Demetric Felton, halfback from UCLA. And next up, it is T. Galt and the good old Seattle Seahawks. All right, go ahead and give you guys an update on the um, on what's going on, what's happening right now in the NFL as we're looking at it. And the score, it is 15-7 in
The
Washington. It is
Seahawks
Tampa
are
Bay
now
over
on the clock.
Washington. And next up, it is the Seattle Seahawks, the Los Angeles Chargers, select J.C. Horn, quarterback from North Carolina. Alrighty, yeah, you gotta think about what's going through Galt's mind. He just
The
picked up
Cowboys
Trevor
are now
Lawrence,
on
and
the
yet he
clock.
picks up Cole Van Lane, right tackle from
The
Wisconsin.
Browns are
And
now on the
and
clock.
the Cowboys select Pali. I can't even say his last name, but he's a middle linebacker from USC. But next up, it is the Cleveland Browns, the AFC champions, who won the AFC title to be able to move on to the Super Bowl, but ended up
The
losing to the Carolina
Bengals are now
Panthers.
on the clock.
And yet picked up T.J. Bryant, a fullback from Minnesota. Very good pick from Shabazz himself. And yet up next, it is the good old Cincinnati Bengals in Terminatrix. After that, it'll be the New England Patriots, then the Tennessee Titans, then the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cleveland Browns, and the Carolina Panthers will be next.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Alrighty, and yet the Bengals selected Zion Johnson, a left guard from Boston College. And we're
The
waiting,
Titans
and
are
yet
now on the clock.
the Patriots selected Robert Cooper from defensive tackle from Florida State, and yet joining us in the booth this time, it is none other than the one and only Shabazz. Shabazz, welcome to the broadcast booth once again, my friend. Definitely gotten some good. You definitely got some good picks on the defensive side, and yet some
The
really good strong
Steelers are
players.
now on the clock.
As the Titans selected Ambry Thomas from Michigan. So give us your thoughts. I knew you was going to be able to pick up some defensive players. What is going through your mind right now with your draft class? As we got the one and only up in here. Welcome aboard, the one and only.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely for sure. As we're waiting on, who I mentioned is in the booth with us right now, the one and only who's
The
currently,
Browns
and he
are
picked
now on
up
the clock.
Joey Tryon, from Washington. Man, some good picks from the one and only. One and only, I gotta get your thoughts on your thoughts and on your picks, throughout this whole draft right now.
Yeah, I mean, since every round I'm the 30th pick, it's kind of hard to get the guys that I wanted originally, but I'll make them work. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, most of the I had to re-sign a tight end. I lost my tight end from last year, so I picked up a tight end off free agency. I think I got man, who did I pick up? Jared Reed,
The
I think,
Panthers are
or
now
no,
on the clock.
not Jared Reed.
Oh,
Uh,
and real quick, and the Browns selected Clayton Robertson. Potentially might be getting rid of the one individual who's been having some problems on Shabazz's team, aka Cody the Doink the Clown Parky. No way. Is this legit? Wow. Cody Parkey has been.
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
Alrighty.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, and Shabazz, I'll see you here soon. And yet, as I mentioned, he picked up Clayton Robinson. So yet, the reason why
The
we normally
Jets
want to
are
get a
now
chance to
on the
talk
clock.
to the one and only is because he is the man that went undefeated 16 and 0 throughout the regular season, but yet lost to a very, very close game in the AFC title against Shabazz. And now he's looking to get rebounds from that loss, get ready to get focused on potentially becoming undefeated once again. So yet, what is going through your mind not only throughout this draft, but yet potentially throughout the new season that we have in store for us tonight, on potentially get a chance to start up? And do you think you have the team to be able to get back up there to the playoffs and be able to get yourself another first round bye?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing I'm looking forward to this year is to try my best to repeat the undefeated season like last year. I'm looking forward to this season especially because we have a lot more guys in the league. I think we added, you know, I think 5+ people, which is really good. Um, I do have to say I'm looking forward to what week is it? Let me check here.
And
Week 5.
yeah,
Reason being is because that's a rematch for me and Shabazz. So, hopefully I can
ooh.
turn that around there.
Alrighty, and real quick, the Dolphins did select Mackenzie Hilton, potentially just a field backup from a quarterback from UCF, as we're waiting on Sporty Morty. As currently the timer is currently paused at the moment. Baz, you got us in the update? Shabazz, you got a copy? I guess not.
No, he just left.
Alrighty, I think I did see Sporty Morty having up there. Currently we're going to be waiting on currently waiting on Sporty Morty to get back into the party chat because he did lost connection. He said he won't be up there for a few minutes. So we currently don't mind waiting. So yet that gives us more time to be able to get a chance to talk to Sporty Morty, or one and only for that matter, and give your thoughts. You mentioned round 5. What is going to go through your mind? Is it going to be at Cleveland or is it going to be at Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City?
Let me check real quick. Go back to the schedule. It looks like it's going to be in Arrow City, so I'll have a
Ooh.
little advantage there. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, y'all ain't gonna believe who my first game is gonna be. Oh boy, the Panthers. We got a Thursday night game for us. The first ever game of the new season. It will be the Saints taking on the Panthers. Yours truly taking on Panthers himself. So yet, looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Week 1 matchups real quick while we got the chance. So yet, Shabazz has against the Detroit Lions. We have Killa and D-Blood, the Eagles and the Falcons playing against each other. The Seahawks and the Vikings, the Giants against the Bears, the Texans against the Dolphins, the Ravens against the Jaguars, two teams who have not had some really good seasons, but yet will get a chance to bounce back in the first game. Sporting Morty taking on the New England Patriots. We also have Real Lee taking on the Washington Football Team. Then yet another CPU game. But yet you do see Melton and the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Rams. We also see Blake 182 taking on the Denver Broncos. We also have a rivalry game, a Sunday night game. That is the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all ain't ready to racing, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And then we also have you, my friend, the one and only, you will have a rematch against the Los Angeles Chargers. And of course, we can't forget about the Thursday night game between yours truly and the Carolina Panthers. Week 1 matchups, man. What a crazy matchup it's going to be. Let me go ahead and take a look.
The Vikings
All
are
right,
now on the clock.
so yet the Jets picked
The
Spencer
Dolphins are
Brown.
now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Vikings select Corey Durden. Next up, it is the Miami Dolphins, who has had some really good picks over the last couple
The
of rounds,
Browns are now
and
on
he
the clock.
picked Tim Elam, a punter from Washington. Next up, it is Shabazz and the Cleveland Browns. Now, when is your next pick there, one and only?
30th.
30th of this round?
Yep.
Alrighty. The
Yeah,
Browns.
I got 30th every round, so.
The Browns select Terrence Marshall Jr., a wide
The
receiver from
Bears are now
LSU.
on the clock.
The Bears select
The
Greg.
Falcons are now on the
It's
clock.
hard for me to even keep up with these picks, but yet next up it is the Atlanta Falcons. Following that, it is the Jets, and then the next CPU will be up for grabs is the Baltimore Ravens and Masopes. We're definitely waiting on that for sure. Currently waiting on what is bound to happen. And yeah, you gotta think about what's going through D Blood's mind. He's gotten some good picks, but yet he wants to be able to have the best team he possibly could. And yeah, we're just waiting on what he's going to be, what he's thinking about doing.
Are you anticipating a bunch of guys jumping into free agency after draft night tonight?
Potentially. With the news that Cody Parkey is, a kicker, I don't think anybody would want to have someone who's known for double doinking in a playoff game like he did against the Philadelphia Eagles. Nevertheless, though, I do believe we will see a lot of free agents, a lot of players going into the free agent tonight. It all depends on how
The
good these
Jets
rookies
are
are,
now on the clock.
and yet the Falcons select
The
Charleston
Ravens are now on
Rambo,
the clock.
Rambo. Sorry, couldn't be able to see it because it advanced it so quickly. But yet the Colts picked up Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle from D Blood and Masopes' team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And next up, it will be Melton in the Arizona Cardinals, and after that, it will be Deluxe. Then you have the Seattle Seahawks. So yeah, that's
The
definitely good.
Cardinals are now on
And
the clock.
he picked up Trey Ragas from UL
The
Lafayette,
Packers are
and
now
he
on
picked
the
up
clock.
Kion Poland, fullback from Louisville.
The Chargers are
All
now
right,
on the
next he
clock.
picked up Sam Hengler. I can't even say his last name. I can't even pronounce any of it.
Ellinger.
Ellinger, thank you.
Yep.
Quarterback from Texas. It's hard for me to even pronounce these players' last names or any name for that matter. So yet I am botching it tonight on this broadcast. Oh, man, but nevertheless, the Seahawks
The
are up on the
Seahawks
clock,
are now
and he
on the
picked up
clock.
Charlie Kohler, tight end from Iowa State, the Seattle Seahawks, and yours truly will be up next right after the Cincinnati Bengals. And yet, after the news that's been brought to
The
announce,
Eagles are
he
now
picks
on
up
the clock.
Daz Newsome, a wide receiver from North Kakalaki, aka North Carolina. And it is the killer, aka the Philadelphia Eagles pick in the draft. And yet we're anticipating on who he's picking next.
The Dolphins
And he
are
picks
now
up
on the clock.
Liam Eichenberg, left tackle from Notre Dame. And then here comes a man who has definitely been on a roll with these picks. Picked up Justin Fields, picked up a lot of great players, and that is Hoodneck and the Miami Dolphins.
The
And he
Bengals are
picks up
now on the clock.
Rico Bussey from Hawaii. Really interesting picked up a lot of wide receivers. He picked up a quarterback, now 3 wide receivers, and a punter. Uh, I'm surprised he has to go with anybody defensively as of yet. But then after that, it will be your truly getting himself a next pick after the Cincinnati Bengals, and then after me, it will be the Tennessee Titans. It will be the Seattle Seahawks. Then be yours truly up in the booth, the one and only, aka the Kansas City Chiefs. Then it'll be the Browns, and then it'll be the Super Bowl champions, the Carolina Panthers. I really need more Mountain Dew because my throat is definitely about to get dry at the moment. uh, but yeah, we're waiting on Terminatrix, who is patiently trying to find himself a good pick. He's got less than 30 seconds left, 25 seconds now, up on the clock, and if he doesn't be able to pick it, the draft will pick it for him. Very interesting to see how it's going to go for him. 10 seconds left, less than 10 seconds left up on the clock for Terminatrix. He's slowly, patiently taking his time.
The
And he
Saints
picks up
are now on the
Tyreek
clock.
Smith from Ohio State. It is yours truly next up on the board. And I see a lot of great players, a lot of potentially some great players. And I'm going to go with... Potentially, I'm going to go...
The Titans are now on the clock.
Levi.
The Seahawks
Really
are
good.
now on the clock.
And yet the Titans select Ventrell Miller from Florida. Next up, it'll be... And we also have Hoodneck back. Welcome aboard, Hoodneck. Welcome back, Mr. Hoodneck. Really surprised about your picks right now. We talked about you getting some offensive players, and you definitely got a lot of great players. You got 2 quarterbacks. You got a really good, solid wide receivers, and you also got a punter. So yeah, what is going through your mind right now, bud? Definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. Yet we're currently waiting on the Seattle Seahawks
The
with their pick at
Chiefs
the
are
moment.
now on the
And
clock.
yet he picked up Alaric Johnson, a left tackle.
The Browns are now on the clock.
And yet he picked up Trey McKitty, tight end from Georgia. So yet, you mentioned that you had to get rid of the tight end. What is your thoughts right now? I mean, did you think about this? Let's go ahead and get yourself a backup just in case the first one didn't too good, or is this your first tight
Well, I
end?
picked up Jared Reed out of free agency, so I needed a backup for him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You definitely got yourself a good one. I mean, especially if he's a Georgia boy. Oh man. And yet next up it is Shabazz Aladdin, aka the Cleveland Browns, up on the clock next. And yet we are waiting to see how his pick's gonna be. That's right. That's right. You're actually on the very last pick, I
The
believe there.
Panthers are
And
now
he
on the
picked
clock.
up Tyler Variable from Boston College. And yet Bazzi will be right after the
The
Minnesota
Ravens
Vikings.
are now on the
And
clock.
yet the Texans select Tariq Thompson from San Diego State. Next up it is Masopes and the Baltimore Ravens.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Alright, he picked up Jeremy Morrissey from Pittsburgh. He's a center.
Dude, I don't have another pick till round 7, pick 30.
Jeez, so you got to go through this whole uh, second, sixth round just watching.
Yeah,
The
pretty
Jets are
much.
now on the
Alrighty.
clock.
So yet the Jaguars picked up Raheem Boyd from Arkansas, or as people call it, Arkansas.
The Vikings are now
He
on the
picked up
clock.
Trey Sermon,
The Browns are now on
and
the
yet
clock.
the Vikings select Marcelio Ball, strong safety from Indiana. Solid pick for Monster Mile and the Minnesota Vikings
The
team.
Rams are now on the clock.
And yet potentially a backup for Baker Mayfield. It is Shane Bouchely. Really solid pick for the
The Raiders
for the
are now on the
Browns.
clock.
Alright, it's going to be hard
The
for me to keep
Bears
up
are
with
now
it.
on the clock.
But yeah, next up it will be potentially, I don't know if D-Blood has one more pick in him or not, but if it does, D-Blood, aka the Atlanta Falcons, is on the clock next.
The Bills are
And he
now on
picked
the
up
clock.
Justin Carroll, center from Virginia.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Alright, Hoodneck, here you go. Your final pick. Choose wisely, my friend. Definitely gonna have to go with somebody, their Dolphins, and yet we're currently waiting. Yet, I want to remind you that yet season 1 will start. We already got the
The
schedule,
Cardinals are now on
and
the
he
clock.
picked up another wide receiver, Damon Hazelton from
The
Missouri.
Packers are now on the clock.
The Cardinals select Kelvin Scruggs,
The
tight end
Chargers
from
are
Miami,
now on the clock.
and yet I believe this might be my final pick as well. You definitely picked up a lot of offensive players, that's for sure, my friend. Yeah, I agree. But there was some
Patriots
defensive
are now
players
on
you
the clock.
definitely did need it, but yet, do you think you'll do good defensively?
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
And yet, the Bengals is back up on the clock now for,
The Saints
and he
are
picked
now
up
on the clock.
Ian Book, a quarterback from Notre Dame, and it is yours truly back up on the board.
The Titans
And
are
then I'm
now
going to
on the
pick
clock.
Big Cat Bryant, right end, from Auburn.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Alrighty, the Seahawks are back. Alright, so the Titans picked up C.J. Virgil from Oregon, and yet Shabazz has two teams in between his
The
two picks,
Titans are now on
and
the
yet,
clock.
once again, Galt picked up another player from North Kakalaki from North Carolina, and yet it added Michael Carter, a halfback.
The Browns are now on the clock.
And yet,
The Panthers are now on
Joshua Ross has been
the
picked up.
Steelers are
Tony
now on the
Fields
clock.
got picked up from your Shirley
The
in West
Browns
Virginia.
are now on the
The
clock.
Browns is back up on the clock now. We're
The Jaguars
in the
are now
7th
on the
pick,
clock.
and yet he picked up Antonio
The
Winston.
Jets are now on the clock.
And yet you can only assume that the rest of these teams are just going to go with what is
The
going on here.
Vikings are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Yeah, definitely enjoy it. Just congratulations on the picks there, Hoodneck. No problem, buddy. Alrighty, good luck in the season, buddy. Alrighty, and yet I know we can definitely we still have the one and only in here. You should be up here coming pretty soon. I mean, this might be,
The
I think,
Rams are now on the clock.
the last round, or I think it might be 8th and 9th round, but I believe this might be it. I believe.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Taryn,
What's up? What'd you say?
I said
The Broncos
we're
are now
definitely
on the
coming
clock.
at the conclusion of this draft, and yet you're still waiting on potentially what
The
your
Raiders
final pick.
are now on the clock.
Yep, almost there.
The Bears are now on the
I
clock.
believe everybody's just going to go ahead and just pick up
The
random players
Cardinals
at
are
the
now on
moment,
the clock.
especially through this round. As
The
you see right
Packers are
there,
now on the
the
clock.
Cardinals picked up Curtis Gold.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
So yeah, whatever Galt gets, he's gonna go with it.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Randy Adams, kicker from Air Force. Galt is currently up next, and the Seattle Seahawks. He's still got himself
The
another pick.
Cowboys are now on the clock.
Dimitri.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
So yet,
The Titans are now on the clock.
and yet here soon your final
Seahawks
pick
are now
is
on the
gonna
clock.
be.
The Panthers are now on
Who'd
the
you,
clock.
who'd you pick?
It didn't let me pick.
I don't know what happened there, but yeah, let's go ahead and let's look
weird.
through. Let's go ahead and look through here's the Saints picks. I picked up Tamario Terry. I picked up Levi, a really good defensive tackle. I picked up Big Cat Bryant from Auburn. Let's go ahead and let's look at the best picks so far. That was Trevor Lawrence getting picked by the Seattle Seahawks. That is Gregory Rousseau from Ravens. Justin Fields with the going straight to the Dolphins. Jamar Chase with the Jets' first pick. So yet a lot of picks, but yet I'll go ahead and tell you who your final player is at the moment. You picked up Larry Runtree, a halfback from Missouri.
Yep, and I went ahead and just released them. Because I didn't want them.
Alrighty, well that
Save
is.
some cap room. Are we advancing,
We should.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be able to advance it. Just gotta get things ready, and we should be able to get going. I'm gonna head and adjust my roster for a bit. We definitely gotta keep the rookies up in there. So yeah, definitely want to see how things go. But yet, if you guys are tuning into the stream, we definitely do appreciate you guys more than ever, and we hope that you guys get a chance to enjoy most of the action because we can't do this without you guys. So please stay tuned. I will get a chance to talk to Shabazz and T-Gold's final thoughts before we are starting to advance the season as we're already in week 2, and we're potentially we will get a chance to go to week 1 um, in the first first regular season game of the season, and yet alrighty, give us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, give us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna try to get Shabazz and T-Gold before we get back and going for the before the regular season starts, which is very, very huge and very, very most likely to be upon us. Definitely gotta get a chance to look, get a chance to upload Bobby Wagner. And as you see, I got some very, very interesting games. Man, I only have three away games out of the last 4 straight games for me. So that's going to make things interesting. Currently, we're going to try to get a hold of somebody up in the broadcast booth real quick. Just to give one quick final thoughts. Then we will get things going. Alright, Shabazz and T-Galt, can you guys please join? I don't know what's happening, but nevertheless, definitely want to say a huge congratulations to our draftees in the 2021 draft. We can't wait to see you guys, see how y'all. But to everyone, I will say this though, good luck, and gonna try to get T-Galt and Shabazz's final words before we get things going. But yeah, let's go ahead and we see Kenny Drake, we see Willie Snead up in there, Nelson Aguilar, surprised he's in there. You see Josh Reynolds, man, some really, really good players. Yet there's one player I definitely want to keep an eye on for sure, and that is Kenyon Drake. Alrighty. Gonna have to get T-Galt and Shabazz real quick for one quick final thoughts, and then we will go, and then we will conclude the stream. We got Shabazz up in here, was waiting on T-Galt, and then get a chance to talk to them, talk about their picks, and yet how they feeling going into the season. So yet up first we have Shabazz, who's currently back with us. Shabazz, thank you for a quick time before we get a chance to end the stream, as well as T-Galt. Uh, Galt, I gotta get your opinion on it first. Galt, congratulations on a very successful draft class that you have. How do you feel about your class in the moment, and how do you feel knowing that you got now Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, man. Wow. It's hard. It's hard doing giving up Trevor Lawrence, somebody his caliber. A once in a generation quarterback. But Lamar, he's established. This team, um, we're not in a rebuilding stage. If we were, then Lawrence would definitely be there. But we're Super Bowl contenders, so we need someone that can go ahead and lead us there already.
Yeah, definitely for sure, definitely for sure. Hey, Shabazz, same for you. How do you feel about your draft class now? Yeah, I'm very, very excited because the wide receiver that I drafted from the draft, there he is, Terry. I think Tamarion Terry looked to be really, really good, especially since he's a deep threat wide receiver. But most importantly, as a defensive player, I'm ready to see how Big Cat Bryant to do in his first ever season and as a New Orleans Saints. Yeah, that's right. I got a guy named Big Cat Bryant, a rookie from Auburn. So yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on him. But as y'all can tell by my voice is getting a little bit strained up. So we will conclude the stream from there. Thank you guys for watching the NFL Draft from Stoners Anonymous League, from Shabazz, T-Galt, and yours truly, Code Red Dew, saying so long, everybody, and we will see you in Week
Baz.
1 of the NFL Stoners Anonymous Week 1 season.